Hello, dear Foodom. I am Qianshu Yuchi. This time, I want to take you walk through my favorite project this year, the Bambao ERP system. I will elaborate my entire design process from the primary user research to the final UI design. What is Bambao? Firstly, Bambao is the company I was working for. Our services covered the traditional e-commerce website and the Chinese food delivery. We also have one kitchen and we made some Chinese baos, the Chinese dim sum in the kitchens, and our salesperson will sell them our products in the farmers market all around the Bay Area. So this product will be focusing around this service. Firstly, let me introduce the background and the roles. The team includes me, one content designer, product owner. We use the Figma template for designing prototypes and delivering the handoffs to developers. We use the Agile for idealizing the flows, Miro for project management. My role in this team was user researcher and the product designer. Okay, so what drove us to initialize this project? It was an afternoon, and my CEO called me that, Yuki, do you know that our kitchen staff are complaining every day, every morning? They said they were so tired to count such a large amount of products and the boxes. They are only the human beings, not the computers, and they felt tired to collaborate with the different roles, like the drivers and the salesperson. They felt so tired. Could you enable this traditional workflow with some advanced technologies and improve the efficiency, reduce the error rates? After receiving her request, I was a little bit confused because I'm not the expert on the technology. I couldn't come up with great technical solutions, but I could utilize the expertise of human-computer interaction to better understand this workflow, the traditional workflow, and find the pain points, observe this workflow, comprehend this workflow, and find some opportunities for us to optimize, to streamline this workflow. So I started from the observation. I went to the kitchen and did all the things that they were always doing every day, from packing the products, packing the Chinese baos into different sizes of boxes, and taking and packing those boxes. For example, packing small boxes into the big boxes, taking the boxes or calling the drivers to take the boxes and delivering those boxes to the farmers market and calling the salesperson to check the accuracy. If there's no errors, uh, or everything is fine, but if there are some errors, we need to go back to the kitchen and take some more baos, take some more products again to the farmers market. So this is the traditional workflow, and I use the AEIOU framework to collect the data and store the data, store the information. I also visualize this whole experience into the experience map, the journey map, divide them into different phases and the activities, and visualize the activities, the emotional changes in on those different phases, so that it could be the best tool for me to collaborate with, discuss with the stakeholders. It would be intuitive for them to find the opportunities and know what step we need to improve. But the observation is still not enough. We still need to collect some data, qualitative ones and quantitative ones, directly from the roles in this workflow, like from the mouths of the salesperson, the drivers, and the kitchen staff. So we use the focus group to collect the frustrations and expectations. Like the product owners hosted that focus group, and they provided me with a lot of valuable insights. For example, Yuki, I don't want to do all the things on mobile. I don't want to do all. I don't want to switch between different equipments from the paper pens to the calculators to mobile. I want to do all those things on one mobile application. So after categorizing those insights into different patterns, I discussed with the stakeholders to first use this experience map to illustrate the flow of the activities, the emotional changes on different phases, discuss with the developers to think about the technical constraints, and discuss with the CEO, the product owners to understand the priorities of those services. Um, it was my habit that I would not always provide only one solution. I provide a lot of solutions and set some of them as the alternatives. This habit could help me to enhance me to articulate my design decisions with rationale. For example, our initial design decision was like the developers recommended us to use some knowledge about the database, set some of the data as attributes and set some of the data as entities. For example, the box is the entity and the products, the numbers are the attributes, so that they could import those data, extract those data from the database to one Excel file and import this Excel file into the data visualization tool, for example, the data Tableau, so that the kitchen staff could check the information, to check the data visualization on their mobile. But I disagreed with this solution because there's no interactions between the mobile application and their actual activities. They still need to count all those numbers, all those uh, the amounts in their brain. It could not reduce their work memory and it could not reduce their cognitive workloads. They still need to count a lot, and this data visualization could only enable them to know the overall amount. So it is not available. So after a lot of discussions, I was inspired by the QR code because all of the kitchen staff are Chinese and they are very familiar with the QR code. And there is a famous case that in China that the QR code could be used to store the information so that people, the Chinese citizen, could scan the QR code ch- to check the information, the real-time information on their mobile application. So I shared this idea with all the stakeholders, and they agreed with me to experiment its usability. Between the ideation and prototyping, I discussed with the stakeholders to understand their preferences, their expectations. For example, I asked the developers their expectations, and they said they don't want to pay a lot of attention on front-end programming. So I decided to reuse the design system we used in the last project, so that don't need to take the style guides anymore. And our manager divided the different prioritized tasks into different design sprints. And the first sprint is design a management system, allowing our kitchen staff to scan the QR code to check the progress and visualize the progress on demand. So GS box management, the mobile phone, and click the scan icon. They could see the number of this box, and they could see the camera interface, the progress of the packing in this box. Oh, I'm sorry. And oh my god. And after scanning, they could see, okay, successfully scanned the notification, and 4 nanju added, and the number changed here. But after conducting the first round usability test, we set something as the metrics. For example, the average time they consumed on accomplishing these tasks, the satisfaction rate, the error rate, and some other metrics. After recruiting 5 participants and collecting the data of their performance, we found it is very vital for us to improve the notification method, because in this entire process of scanning, they have to scan at least 100 boxes. It would be slight. The notification, the GUI here, notification would be so slight for them to get recognized. We have to like indicate to make some physical notification method which could allow them to get recognized more easily and more intuitively. so that we use the sound and vibration, add this feature to this page, and in the second round of usability test, the average time they consumed has significantly reduced, and the error rate has also reduced. So these changes, we could confirm these changes are successful.